Do you feel overwhelmed and overworked because so many people around you, whether at home or at work, want you to help them with things or they need to talk something over with you, even though you have your own stuff to get done and time is precious? It seems like things for everyone else need to be done right now. They always wait till the last minute and then they try to hook you in to come in and save the day for them. Well, if you have problems being pulled in so many different directions, you can't focus on what's really important to you and what you need to get done. It's hard to hear, but you've probably taught people how to treat you. It's partially your fault. Hi, I'm Beth Strathman. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about ways you can say no to other people respectfully when you really need to say no to them. That will help you get your stuff done and still maintain a good relationship with them. So why would a lot of females put themselves in the position where they are kind of shooting themselves in the foot, not getting the stuff done that's important to them and that needs to be done at work, for their jobs? Why would we put ourselves in that position? Well, there's a couple of things. First, female biology may be contributing. Now, this is a general rule, not true for every female. Brain scans done on females show that brain structures and brain functioning actually promote bonding with other people. So you take the brain configuration and how it works, and now pair that with female hormones, particularly oxytocin and estrogen. Those are also hormones that promote relationships and bonding with other people. So females in general are wired to bond more than male brains and male hormones would encourage them to do. Outside of biology, then we look at our cultural norms, particularly in the culture I was raised in America. Women are encouraged to be warm and accommodating and passive. So when someone comes and requests something, it's culturally more appropriate for a woman to be nice about it and to help as much as she can and not assert her own needs. Now, there is nothing wrong with being warm and accommodating to people if you have the time and the bandwidth to do so. You should always be respectful, of course, but you shouldn't be overly accommodating if it doesn't fit your needs and your schedule. So when our own priorities start to slip to the bottom of the pile, you might notice yourself getting a little bit irritated. You start resenting other people. You get more frustrated with other people because basically you haven't honored yourself. You haven't honored your own priorities and your own values and your own time. So in order to avoid, one thing you can do to avoid becoming resentful and frustrated, etc., is learn how to say no respectfully to other people. So here are a couple of tips I have for you to say no both strategically and respectfully to other people at home or at work. So first of all, consider who's asking for your help. At work in particular, if it's your boss asking you, well, that's a certain matter, right? You're going to probably do whatever you can to assist your boss or do what your boss has asked you to do. But if it's not your boss at work, the more senior you are in the organization, the more leeway you have for saying no, right? The one thing you always want to consider is, well, okay, so I'm low person on the totem pole, but will this actually be good for my career? You might want to consider that. to whomever who has asked you to do whatever that's not part of your priorities. And along with that idea of it being good for your career, will it enable you to maybe learn some new skills or techniques that would be good for you in your current position or in the future? Or will it just be personally gratifying for you to do it? So in general, like I said before, if your boss asks, you'll probably do it, whatever the request is. And if it does seem to put you in a pinch, your boss's request, then have a conversation with them to help you reprioritize the things that are already on your plate. I'd love to help you with that. I'm just worried that I'm not going to have time to get this out and it's due by X. So can you help me just kind of look at what the priorities are for these other activities that I need to get done? That way you're mutually working on that, so you both, your boss knows what kind of things are going on in your plate, and you have let them know in a very respectful way that's kind of mutually engaging. A second tip I have is to know when saying no is really warranted, again, at home or work. So if the request for you to jump in and help someone or do something on their behalf comes your way and it's not your boss, here's some things to consider. Does the work align or correspond with your priorities? If it does, it may help you get some things done on your end as well, or further things that you already have in the hopper, again, at home or work, because at home you probably get requests not only from your family, but from friends and people in organizations that you belong to, your house of worship, etc., right? You can say no when accepting the request will get in the way of your other priorities. Again, with the caveat at work about your boss and all that, and senior, someone who's more senior than you. You can also say no if what's requested doesn't sound like fun or engaging, and it doesn't offer you a significant opportunity to learn something new that you've always wanted to learn, or from a work perspective, it doesn't help you in your career, or again, like those work skills that we mentioned earlier. Another way to look at this is when can you say yes instead of when can you say no? So say yes to a request to help if it's in line with your priorities and values, it's not going to significantly impact your time and attention away from the other things that you need to get done. And it's a great opportunity to learn something new, advance your career, or meet people that you're looking forward to meeting. In short, that it will benefit you in some meaningful way. Now, my third tip is how to say no so that you don't look uncaring or selfish. What you can say to someone is, yes, I'd be happy to work with you, help you with that, if it won't take more than an hour of my time every week, for the next month or whatever, the timeline is that they have for getting something done, right? So you just want to let them know, I'd be happy to help, but here are the constraints that I'm under. So this is what I can give you. If that's okay with you, then I'm happy to help. And here are some other ways you can say no. First, be gracious about it. This lets you, when you say no, your way of talking to the person, boy, I'd really love to help you. I just have to get these other things done, and I'm afraid I won't have the time or the bandwidth to help you with what you've asked and get it done within the time frame you've asked, right? So you don't just say, no, I'm not going to help you. Be gracious about it. Another thing when you say no, take time to actually consider the request. I mean, you don't have to take a week, but if you say no or refuse too quickly, the other person thinks that you didn't even listen to them. Another tip for saying no is be clear that it's a no. Sometimes people are trying to be overly accommodating and nice, and so the no is not very clear. You might hem and haw and put too much sugar coating on however you're saying no. So you can say, no, I can't do that. I think no is a good word. But in your manner and your tone, that's where you can soften it. Don't try to talk your way in circles around whatever you're trying to explain. And you don't need to explain a lot either. As you've probably heard, no is a complete sentence. It's just the way you say no that really counts. And decline a request face-to-face, voice-to-voice, if possible. I mean, I guess the thing is, the more someone can read your tone of voice and the way the look on your face and that kind of stuff, that's important. And so that adds to the whole context of the no, so they know you are being respectful in declining the request. Oh, one little note. Don't decline a request just because it's kind of outside your comfort zone, right? If it's in line with things that you're interested in or your skill set, and it's related to your values and priorities, and you do have the time for it, go for it. You're probably going to learn something and meet some other people along the way. So just check yourself that you aren't saying yes to a lot of requests that are impinging on your time, attention, and energy when you should be saying no. I mean, after all, your biology and even culturally, things are stacked against you. So you just need to learn that it's okay to honor yourself and say no respectfully to other people when you truly don't have the time, the inclination, it's not part of your priorities. And if you're smart about when and how you say no, over time, the people you work most closely with at work, the people in your personal life who you interact with the most, over time, you will teach them the kinds of things that you're most likely to say yes to, and under whatever conditions when you have the time to do it. They'll learn over time how to treat you with respect to making requests. So if you found this video to be useful, please like and share it, and be sure to subscribe to my channel so you keep getting new videos from me when I upload them. Till next time, thanks for watching.